So the Antaeus Playwrights Lab is really important, um, not just for the group in the room, but for the community at large, because plays that are developed in the lab are everywhere. There have been members of the lab that are living in New York now and producing plays that they developed in the Antaeus Lab. Um, so theaters everywhere really benefit from the work that's done in labs like these. And there are fewer and fewer theaters that are doing these because of the cost and the effort and the personnel and the space. And so for Antaeus to be so committed to new work and that whole process benefits not just Antaeus and not just me and the other writers, but really theater everywhere across the country and beyond. And even the efforts that they're making in the radio plays, the zip code plays. Um, it's really about storytelling at its finest and all the different ways that that manifests. So, buying a ticket to the reading series supports Antaeus in so many different ways, especially the Playwrights Lab. I think Antaeus is unique because, of course, their original mission statement was about the classics, which is and will always be very important. They've attracted a really top caliber level of actors and directors and designers and other theater artists. And that they have really developed this Playwrights Lab and are now really looking at new work. And they have dipped their toe into producing brand new plays, the new classics, the next classics. And that is the sign to me of a healthy organization that develops, that reimagines, that looks inward and says, "Oh, let's go in this direction. Let's really examine what we're doing and who we're serving, and what we're saying about performance and theater today, and how it's relevant today." And so they're really an organization that I think is self-aware in a wonderful way and really examining how they want to move forward for the next 10 years or 20 years or more. And so I think that's a really valuable aspect to Antaeus Theater Company. It's great to subscribe to Antaeus Theater season or any theater season because it's really a season is chosen very thoughtfully, and one play might be something that you want to go see, but seeing an entire season of theater I think is important because you get a sense of the cumulative theme of the season, whether that's over the course of a year or just a summer or whatever, that they're selected very specifically with that in mind. And as a subscriber, you usually get a better price on each show. And with Antaeus in particular, the level of production values is so high. Every element to the production is of the highest caliber. The lighting, the set, the costumes, just the level of detail that people take such pride in their work and make that extra effort. So you can see the quality, and it's an amazing space. That's another thing. They have a space. I mean, so many smaller theater companies lost their spaces, and Antaeus Theater Company is there solidly in Glendale, and that's something to be celebrated and supported for sure. Look, the last few years have been challenging for so many people in so many ways, and not the least of which has been financial. Performing arts organizations in particular have been hit very hard. as you know, as everybody knows. Um, and yet it needs to be supported and sustained because it's important for our culture. It's important for a community's health to have a thriving arts culture, um, and for a medium that requires people to be present. You know, it's just not the same when you watch a play reading on Zoom. It can be fantastic if that's all you have. And gosh, I feel grateful that we've had this technology for the past few years to even have that. But especially for something that's a comedy, you know, it's just different when you're in the theater and you hear everyone around you and you're responding in a group rather than watching something by yourself in your office chair. So as grateful as we are for that, the value of being in person and having these theaters survive and thrive in the coming years really depends on you and really depends on viewers and attendees, not just buying a ticket and attending, which is fantastic, but also really thinking about donating. And it doesn't have to be a lot. You know, there's so many causes and there's so many important organizations that need help. Um, but I think theater is one that gives back in a lot of different, more intangible ways. And so I hope that people consider it. Um, and again, even with everything that is going on in the world in these really challenging times, a little goes a long way, and it's always greatly appreciated. Theater's been around a long time, and it will continue, but it does need your help. I'm Deb Hiett, and I'm the playwright of a brand new play called Circle Forward, which will be presented as part of the Lab Results reading series at Antaeus Theater Company on Monday, April 4th at 8 p.m. Tickets are $20. I hope that if you're able to come to the reading, that you come find me and talk to me. I'll be there. And I would love to hear what you think. I would love to hear your feedback. And I think the play is suspenseful and funny and makes you think. And I want to hear from you if you agree or disagree. And that's why I'm going to be there. So I hope that you'll be there too. I hope you'll come and I'll see you there.